I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. It's weird to be back. Good to be back. We've had quite the reprieve. I'm looking at my watch. My watch doesn't tell me how many weeks since we've been live on Talk About It Tuesday. It does not, in fact.
At some point before vacation.
Right before we traveled for the summer, we took a break from Talk About It Tuesday because we needed to travel. Let me see. I don't know if we need like 72 feet of background. There. Adorable. What's up? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
So we're talking about it. We're going to jump right in. Who are we? What do we do? Where do we go?
I don't know. I guess I do know. I'm Jerry. This is Rachel Niesman of the Niesman Team at Keller Williams Realty.
Okay.
We are realtors here in Southwest Florida.
Realtor, real estate assistant. Let's
Right.
clarify,
Yep.
just in case anybody from the board is watching. I am not out there using a super key and writing contracts.
So we're realtors here. I'm a realtor here in Southwest
I did it
Florida.
again.
And our team covers all of Southwest Florida from Naples and
to
Marco Island
up to
on the
Sarasota.
south end, all the way up to Sarasota, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch area on the north end.
Our office is
And-
in the Fort Myers area, so most of our business is Fort Myers, Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, Alva, things like Babcock Ranch and Lehigh. We do all of those
Lee
areas.
County, Charlotte County.
Are the majority of our business.
And the islands. And so
Speaking
today,
of the islands,
we are talking about some of the islands.
we are officially Keller Williams, Fort Myers, and the islands. And so let's talk a little bit about what that means. We are talking about the pros and cons of living on Sanibel Island
There are
and Captiva.
Thousands of islands up and down the coast of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They are barrier islands. And
What does that mean?
Basically, that means that they create a barrier between the Gulf of Mexico and the mainland of Florida.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
that's it.
Is Fort Myers Beach an island? We haven't
Yes.
talked about
We haven't talked about Fort Myers Beach yet. But
It's an
it is
island that's connected by bridges at the north and south end? Yeah.
And technically, Fort Myers Beach is actually a string of islands.
The way that Talk About It Tuesday works is we are doing this live on the Facebook. It'll eventually go to our YouTube channel. If you have not joined it, it is the Niesman Team. You're looking at Jerry's last name right now somewhere. So you can find us on YouTube. Add us on our YouTube channel. We're getting ready to start releasing date night spotlight videos again. We're going to show you dating spots around Southwest Florida. And yeah, it's good.
Yep.
And
so we've got all kinds of old Talk About It Tuesday videos there.
which are mostly educational, real estate information, everything from like, how do I know how much my home is worth, to what repairs should I make to gain extra value in our house, or what does the market forecast look like for the year to come, and what are some of your other Talk About It Tuesdays?
More of these pros and cons of living in all kinds of different areas.
Yes.
All throughout Southwest
We're
Florida.
currently in the middle of a series. So we've done, out there is Fort Myers, Cape Coral, North Fort Myers. We've done...
You don't have to list them
Punta
all.
Gorda,
They're
Port
on
Charlotte.
They're on.
Yeah. Go look
They're
on
on
the
YouTube.
YouTubes. Yeah.
Go to the YouTube channel, check it out, and
But
like
now that
and
we're here in
subscribe.
live, you can ask us questions if you have specific questions about today's topic.
Yes.
So
we are live, so you can ask us questions here on Facebook.
I'm gonna
If
write.
you are watching this.
Oh, I don't know. I set up Jerry and got a new office set up. I haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna try and hi everybody. All right, so Jerry, talk us through it. Tell me what about. So we started talking about Sanibel and Captiva.
Pros and cons of Sanibel and Captiva, and they pretty much always go together because they are connected.
Right.
You take the bridge from Fort Myers over the Sanibel Causeway, which takes you from one island to another island, little tiny islands, onto Sanibel Island.
Okay.
And then you drive all the way from one end of Sanibel Island to the other. All the way, it's like 15 minutes.
Is there any way to get to Captiva without going through Sanibel?
By boat.
By boat only, right? So
Yes.
if you are looking to enjoy Captiva and Sanibel, if you could buy a house in Cape Coral with Gulf access, right? And take your boat, get in your canal in Cape Coral, go to the Gulf, and then find eventually Sanibel Captiva? Is that a
Yes.
real thing? Okay, perfect.
Yes, you can go by boat or you can go by car.
But if you go by car, you can't get to Captiva and then go to Sanibel. You have to go
to Sanibel and then Captiva.
Sanibel,
and
Captiva.
So because they're connected by bridge that way, everybody talks about Sanibel and Captiva all together. Because most people, when they go to one, they go to both.
Yes.
Unless you live on Sanibel, and then you may or may not go to Captiva very often.
Yes.
All right, so we will start with Sanibel since that's the one you come to first.
That's the one you come to first.
And it's also the bigger island.
It's 2021, $6 to get over the bridge.
It's been that way for 20 years probably.
I wonder how long it's been that.
I don't know
price.
how long it's been $6,
Curious.
but it's been $6 for as long as we've been here.
Yes, that's true. So make sure you have your toll money or your sun pass to get over, and then you go to. All right, what you got for Sanibel?
So Sanibel, again, the bigger island. It is in Lee County.
I was going to say it's still Lee County, right?
Correct. It is its own city.
And correct me if I'm wrong from what I know about Sanibel. I don't know if I've heard this as much about Captiva. A very particular city in and of itself. They have a lot of rules and regulations, right? Because
yeah, they do. Because it's a huge tourist destination.
Huge tour, right. People come from all over the world to Sanibel Captiva,
correct.
and so they maintain a very strict.
So they are very different,
of,
actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very different between them. Specifically, with regard to restrictions and stuff like that. Yes.
Okay.
So Sanibel population is around 7,500 or so. Is the full-time population there. During the winter months, it probably triples. It's not
small.
More,
I mean, it's 10% of Fort Myers. It's small. Yep. It's a small little island.
Yep.
Would you venture to guess that most people who live on Sanibel are retirees? Are people who
no, I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that
live and work over there, or live over there and work here in Fort Myers area.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of them are the majority of the homes there are second homes.
Okay.
Or vacation rentals. So it's it's very sparsely populated with full-time residents, I would say, but doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't a lot of people that call it their primary residence.
I will say, and this would certainly be a pro. I've been visiting the Fort Myers area since I was a kid. I came down for some, vacation down here sometimes in the summer. My single favorite beach in all of Lee County, or within, if you're talking Fort Myers, my favorite beach for an hour north or south, if you're going to factor in that, is on Sanibel. It's the most amount of shells. Oh yeah, Bowman's Beach. The number one.
It's on our list of things to do and places to visit on Sanibel and Captiva.
I almost don't want to tell people because I feel like everybody's going to be there. But Bowman's Beach is the number one best thing to do in Sanibel Island.
And it's not a secret. You can go ahead and tell people because it's not a secret.
Nobody tell anybody. It's just in every single magazine on earth that talks about beach places to visit.
It is ranked as the number one best thing to do on Sanibel or Captiva is go to Bowman's Beach.
Okay,
everywhere.
Bowman's Beach. And the reason why is because they have incredible shells and shelling. And I don't really love the beach. I get very bored just laying in the hot sun. It's nice. There's plenty of parking at Bowman's. There are restrooms. There's no restaurants or bars, so that not a lot of people just stopping by to eat and taking up that parking. It's parking for beachgoers, and you go there and you're able to find shells instead of just laying there and doing nothing.
The restaurant road. Periwinkle Way is the number 3 thing to do on Sanibel Island.
What's number 2?
Is the road.
No, stop. The number 2, I haven't seen the list, obviously. The number 2 is the refuge, right?
I think so. I don't have the full list.
It's right here. It doesn't say that it's.
It doesn't say that it's number 2. I don't know what number 2 is.
The pros of Sanibel is it's a tiny island with a ton of cool things to do. It is Sanibel Captiva is the epitome of I want to go have a relaxing vacation in Southwest Florida.
it's historically been ranked the number 2 best beaches. Like Sanibel Captiva beaches have been ranked the number 2 best beach. It's like the best beach destination in Florida. Can you guess where number 1 is?
Sarasota, Venice area?
Siesta Key.
Siesta Key. That's, yeah. Right?
Which we also cover that area.
Which is what
in Sarasota.
City? It's Sarasota, right?
Yeah, Siesta Key is an island
Siesta
in
Key,
Sarasota.
everybody talks about.
Another barrier island.
Maybe we should take a date night there.
Ooh, we could do that.
That would be fun.
And it's ranked as the 3rd best beach in the entire United States.
I mean, it's incredible. Sanibel's incredible. But it's interesting, we're talking about it as the pros and cons of living there, and we're talking... So, of course, the pros and cons
So these cool things are pros.
Yes. But I always think of Sanibel as a vacation destination. I'm saying versus being a resident. When we talk about being a resident of Sanibel, like one of the pros is, of course, cool things to do. You're by the best beach. You'd be living in actual paradise. It's the best beaches that you could be possibly living in. Also, Trey, you gonna come and say hi?
Our video's being rated.
You gonna wave hi? Hi. All right, now get out.
That light is bright.
And so what else? Access to water, of course.
Yes. So if you are a fisherman, if you're big on shelling, if you just like the water and the beaches, it's an island. You're surrounded by it.
Yep. And
fantastic.
So what else for pros of living there? Of course. So amazing restaurants. You don't. So the weird thing about Sanibel and Captiva vibe versus like Fort Myers vibe, I think they're very specific about you can't build above a certain area, like certain height.
A certain height. That's Captiva. Well, they both have those restrictions, but Sanibel has taller restriction. Like they allow taller buildings than Captiva.
Also, they're very specific about like what businesses are allowed to be there. It doesn't feel commercial,
right,
at all. So
it's all like local businesses.
It's all
There's
small,
no big commercial stuff.
Right. There's no Outback Steakhouse.
Right.
There's
no big corporate names.
Which is one of the things that I love about visiting. So I'm sure when you live there, to have a cool access to all of these small businesses would be really incredible.
Yeah,
what else?
If you want the commercial stuff, you can drive over the bridge and come to Fort Myers.
What else? What else you got on pros and cons?
So, laid back lifestyle. You don't it is the legit like beach town. Like almost old school beach town where there's no crazy bright signs everywhere, not tons of loud noise.
Right.
You're in nature, basically.
Right. I would find it really, I always think about, obviously, our career in terms of, like, where you're living. Like, because Jerry and I work in North Fort Myers, Elva, Lehigh, Cape Coral, like, pretty laid back. You think it's already laid back Florida. We can get away with wearing like business shirt, like we have our business
like
shirts and jeans,
t-shirt and jeans.
I would be shocked to see like a Sanibel Captiva realtor like outside of like a Hawaiian shirt. Like it's so laid back that it would be almost strange to see somebody in dress clothes.
They're not typically wearing like suits and ties.
Right, if that makes any sense.
Business attire.
It's very tropical, casual. I feel like you wouldn't, if you were visiting, you would barely need to pack like one pair of flip-flops and no other types of shoes. Did we talk about bicycling yet? I like that about Sanibel. Bicycles everywhere.
And bike lanes.
Yes, everywhere. It's great and really well set up for trails, walking, and bicycling to get up and down the island.
Really very rare for the area.
Yes.
Because most of Southwest Florida, there's very few places that have bike lanes on like all the main.
Right.
I mean, there's bike lanes on like every road, all the main roads.
I don't think we've brought that into any of our pros and con lists yet. But in Sanibel, you can bike everywhere.
And it's actually a super popular, like, you know, we're talking biking like casual cruise, like beach cruiser back and forth to go to the store, to go to restaurants, whatever. But it's actually a super popular spot for like real road bike cycling too, where they'll ride the streets of Sanibel and Captiva. They'll ride over the bridge to Fort Myers and back.
Yep.
A lot
What
of
else?
that.
Can we talk about the refuge?
Yeah.
I briefly mentioned it, but one of my favorite memories. It's a really
It's
cool.
one of the top things to do.
We don't know what number.
I don't know what number.
Don't ask us. Don't ask us in the comments. Like which?
I mean, it's gotta be.
I'll call it 2. I'm gonna call it number 2. And so, yeah, you can drive through the refuge, or you can walk through it, and
Or bike through it.
Or bike through it. And a lot of people who come to visit the outdoor tropical Florida paradise want to see a lot of the things that you'll see in there. So birds, turtles, alligators.
It's the Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge, and it's 6,400 acres.
It's an awesome place to walk
Land,
through, hike through,
mangroves, waterways.
drive through. It's almost directly across the street from that Bowman's Beach, like the best thing, the number one thing to do. So you can easily combine that into like a day event excursion. What else? What about cons for Sanibel?
So the only con is really like it's a barrier island. So what it is a barrier for is it protects the mainland from storms. So your con is that you have the potential for significant storm damage.
If there's every year we have a hurricane season, yeah.
You got the potential for that. So if it's coming, leave.
Well, and if that's like con
but that's like the only con, and you know when they're coming.
We'll call that 1A. 1B, the con of it is during season when people visit, especially if you're living there, be prepared to sit in traffic a lot because it's hurricane route. There's like one lane.
Yeah, but in the summertime, there's nobody there. When the hurricane season is in the summertime.
No. I'm talking about just to go get your bread.
Well, that's
like there's
not...
traffic. I think it's a con of living in Sanibel.
Yeah, no, but you said it's a hurricane route. I thought you were talking about like trying to get out.
No,
it's
say for instance you do want to go into Fort Myers for dinner reservations at 7. You got to be prepared to sit on the one road to get off the island for an hour during season. Yes. And so there will be traffic. It is hard to move around in. Pat says, don't forget about the world-class fishing. Thank you. We're not outdoorsmen.
Yes, I am.
Tease it out.
I'm a fisherman. She is not. But, yes, world-class fishing.
Yes, agreed.
Thank you. All around Sanibel and Captiva. Yes, that is a huge pro.
Yes.
All right, so you want to talk about some more things to do because that's basically the pros and cons.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we didn't include this. It's like the best sunsets on Earth. Maybe not on Earth, but like as far as
probably on Earth.
It's really spectacular just because of where you're situated. If you think the sun rises in the east and sets in the west,
it's as far west as you get.
It's as far west as you go in Florida
like
or
in the Gulf on the west coast.
You're going to see the most incredible sunsets that you've ever seen in your entire life. I mean, it's just magical. There is something magical about it. It's pretty incredible. So what else?
So sunsets over the water. All right, so we talked about Sanibel. Do we want to talk more spots or Captiva first?
Captiva. Let's do Captiva.
So
at the end, we'll go over some other options. It's going to be no different than like you go on TripAdvisor.com or something like that and see the laundry list.
Why you gotta give away
our secrets? Where Y'all, if you didn't know about TripAdvisor.com, please let me know in the comments. If you're live with me and you're like, TripAdvisor, like, what's this secret information? Yes, of course. Keep going. Captiva. So now
Captiva,
you're leaving Fort Myers into Sanibel. You just keep on going until you get to Captiva.
And so
and you're even further away from hurricane exit.
Is not an incorporated city. It's just a part of Lee County.
That's interesting.
Sanibel is its own city. Captiva is not a part of it.
Okay.
Don't necessarily follow the same rules.
Okay.
And so it's a much smaller island. And so you just take a bridge across Blind Pass, which is at the end of Sanibel, hop over. Blind Pass is also a super cool beach. And fantastic fishing right there at the pass.
Population.
Captiva's
like
population
like here
is
you
like
are in
600.
my hands. Like they're living in the home.
Almost
yes.
nobody lives on Captiva full
Yeah.
time. And so that's about it.
Yeah, it's similar to Captiva in that it still
No.
has a small island feel.
Captiva's similar to Sanibel.
Captiva's
it's a
similar
smaller
to
island feel.
It is a smaller island
And it's
feel.
actually very different where like Sanibel, your main road kind of runs through the center of the island. But Captiva, you run like along the edge because
the
it's
beach.
such a narrow island.
Right.
You just run right up.
You're basically
alongside the beach
either
the whole way.
you're either
You
going to
got-
be against the beach or against all the things.
Like
Versus
the
Sanibel,
bay.
you're running through
Yep.
the two sides of the island on the other side. Captiva has a couple of really incredible resorts if you're interested in not just living there, but visiting first. Some of the best resorts in
South Seas.
South Seas is incredible.
the number one.
Yeah.
So it's a 27-hole golf course. They got like golf,
Nice.
beach,
restaurants, yeah.
everything, and they got some really cool, like eclectic restaurants on Captiva.
Yes.
So I mean, the restaurants on Sanibel are good, but like Captiva's got some really funky, like just really cool, fun places that are very, very unique.
Jerry, explain North Captiva to me.
So North Captiva is a separate island now. It didn't used to be.
Right. Is it its own? It's its own like the way North Fort Myers is different than Fort Myers. North Captiva is different than Captiva.
Well, so it didn't.
Or is it just
like I said,
referred to?
it was a part of Captiva originally.
Okay.
And then there was a hurricane that blew out part of the island.
You want to hear a con?
Right. So, and instead of trying to bring in all kinds of heavy equipment, spend tens of millions of dollars, maybe more, to reconnect the two, they just left North Captiva as a separate island.
So you can only get there by
You can
boat
only get there by boat.
or
No
helicopter, or can
cart.
boat?
I don't know if there's a helipad. I mean, somebody might have a helipad on their house or their property, but I
Okay.
don't know if there's a helicopter pad, like a public one. I'm not sure. We'd have to do some
We
research.
could look into that.
You could Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number one thing to do on North Captiva is visit the helipad. So there is a ferry that goes back and forth.
Oh, okay. So you can get there by boat. But
No
they have...
cars on North Captiva.
Okay.
It's a very small
Yeah,
island.
I'm sure.
No public electricity on North Captiva.
Okay.
Every house is solar powered.
Oh, I love it. Adorable.
And so golf carts to run around the island.
Love it.
And so it's a really cool spot and gorgeous. Be a cool
Cons of
place
living in
to-
Captiva, we gotta be real. Like,
I mean,
400
it
people
takes-
live in Captiva.
Right,
So,
and there's very few people that
Which
you're
means that
probably
there's
not
very
living
few
on Captiva
houses.
full time. No, there's a
Yeah.
lot of houses. They're just all vacation homes.
right.
There's
right,
very
right,
few
right,
people
right.
that live on Captiva
It
as
would be
a full-time residence, and I mean the majority of these 600-ish people that it is their primary residence, it is not their only residence. They
Sure.
come and go.
So I would say that if you are interested in visiting Sanibel or Captiva as this little piece of paradise, maybe consider doing an investment property and turning it into
That's-
a vacation home for you.
That's what most people that own properties, it's vacation homes, second homes. It may become your primary residence, but
Sure.
you're probably not staying there full time.
Right, and then rent it. It's always rented. It's booked nonstop. It doesn't really have an off season in terms of things being vacant a lot. So we can help with that. Let us know if you have questions about investment properties turning into vacation rentals and things like that. We have people that can help you manage that. And what else? Anything else? Oh, what are the cons of Captiva? You are really far away.
It's the same.
Well, you got to go through all of Sanibel before you get to it. So it's even further away
is a long
from
ride.
like if you're escaping running out of a hurricane. But for those who don't know what hurricane
But there's
season
like
is
2
like,
people there.
right, and you know about a hurricane a week in advance.
Yeah.
So if you're super concerned, like.
And most of you aren't going to be here during hurricane season anyways. If somebody's here, you're renting it to somebody.
Correct.
And that's their problem.
Yeah. You leave a little note. My mom has a vacation rental in Tennessee, and so she just leaves a note. Like, don't feed the bears, lock your cars, because the bears will absolutely open your car door. Don't leave trash, and you leave the rules, and you say, in case of a hurricane, leave. I think that's it. I think that's all we have for today. Do you know where we're talking about next week?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, but we will be talking about something real estate related. Please let us know if you have questions.
Maybe we'll do Fort Myers Beach.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
We'll do another island.
That makes sense. So feel free to call, text, email, message us. You can message Jerry here on Messenger if you have questions about anything real estate related. And his phone is 239-201-9583. You can email Jerryniesman@gmail.com. It's just that easy to get a hold of us.
Yep.
And
don't forget to check out our other videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want notifications when we post our new videos.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you. Let us know if you have questions.
Oh, I got to push the button because you don't know where to push.
I just said.
And you got to make your face every time.